Hey guys, what's going on? Dr. Gonzo, Boogie here again, back for part 2 of my Arrow video. And if you guys missed part 1, definitely go and check that out. In part 1, I showed you guys the first half of my entire Arrow video collection, and here in part 2, I'm going to show you guys the second half of my Arrow video collection, which mainly consists of box sets and Steelbooks, so I'm real excited about this. Can't wait to get to that and show you guys what I have. But I just wanted to mention a few things first real quickly. First off, it is snowing where I live right now. So lame. It's around Halloween time, and the last thing I want to see around Halloween time is the snow. Definitely a bummer when I woke up this morning, looked out the window, and saw snow. But it looks like it's clearing up now, so I think it was just a little flurry, but just a little bit of a taste of what's to come. I know that in the area that I live in, we're probably going to get hit with a bad winter this year, but who knows? Hopefully not. And the second thing that I wanted to mention real quickly before I start this video is my new intro to my videos. I hope you guys like it. I actually spent a couple hours last night editing it all together. I wanted to give it kind of like a Frankenstein mad scientist theme. I thought it kind of goes with my name, Dr. Gonzo Boogie. I feel like it kind of gives I guess I wanted to give the channel almost like a mad scientist theme to it a little bit. So I redid the intro video. I kept the same music because I really think that music fits well for my channel, but I switched the video out. I used to have clips from Deep Red, Dario Argento's movie, at the beginning of all my videos, which the Goblin song that I still use in the intro to my videos is from the movie Deep Red, but like I said, I decided to switch the video clips up with some Frankenstein clips, so I actually downloaded a bunch of public domain Frankenstein movies, and I searched through all of them and picked out some cool clips, and I think I made a pretty cool intro with it. It took me a few hours to make, so definitely let me know what you guys think of the new intro down in the comments. But let's get going on this video, and before I get to the Steelbooks and the box sets, I'm just going to start off with a couple just regular Arrow video releases. The reason I didn't show these off in the first video, part 1, is because they have slipcovers on them, so I figured I would save them for the second half of this video. So let's get going on this. First off here, we have Contamination, and this was actually the first Arrow video release I ever picked up, and this kick-started an addiction of collecting Arrow video releases, which, like I mentioned in my last video, collecting Arrow video releases is my favorite thing going on right now. And movie collecting, I just love everything Arrow video is doing. And again, and in this video too, I wanted to kind of talk about the slipcovers on these. I actually, maybe some of you guys who know a little bit more about Arrow than me, can answer this, but I was curious of why I don't see hardly any slipcovers on Arrow releases anymore. When they first started putting out Arrow releases here in the U.S., the first like 2 or 3 releases I picked up had slipcovers on them, and for a while that's all I wanted to collect. I'm like, oh, I just want to get the Arrow releases with slipcovers, and then I basically just stopped seeing slipcovers on the Arrow releases, so I just started picking up just any Arrow release if it had a slipcover or not. I really didn't care anymore. But I just want to, maybe, like what I was saying, maybe some of you guys know, like, the reason that they don't do slipcovers anymore, or do they still do slipcovers, but they're just only put out on the first few, like, 100 or first few thousand releases. I'm not really sure, because I really love the slipcovers, and I wish Arrow Video would put more of their releases out with slipcovers. But either way, Arrow video releases look great, but they just look even better with the slipcovers over them. So this is a Italian horror film by Luigi Cozzi. This is somewhat of a Alien ripoff, I would say, but it still has the vibe of a Italian zombie movie a little bit. So this is really good stuff. If you guys are fans of Italian horror films, definitely worth checking that one out. Alright, so let's move on here. This is Blood Rage. I did just watch this one a little while ago. This is somewhat of a Thanksgiving slasher film. It takes place around Thanksgiving. I think it might even take place on Thanksgiving Day, but there's not too many references to Thanksgiving in this movie. But I remember this being pretty good. This is a fun slasher movie to check out. And next up here, we have another slasher film. This is called The Mutilator. I actually had a lot of fun watching this one. Out of the three that I just showed, this is probably my favorite. This was just a really cheesy 80s slasher movie. It had goofy music in it, and I just had a lot of fun watching this one. I would highly recommend checking this out if you guys are fans of really low budget, cheesy 80s slasher films. This is a good one right here. Alright, so finally, let's move on to the box sets. I only got 2 box sets to show off, but they're, along with the Steelbooks, they're some of my favorite things in my entire collection. Like I mentioned in my last video and at the beginning of this video, Arrow is my favorite thing to collect, and they're my favorite part of my entire horror collection right now is my Arrow stuff. So I just love these box sets, and I really love the Steelbook releases because I love to collect Steelbooks separate from Arrow, and Arrow Steelbooks are probably my favorite Steelbooks to collect. So, alright, let's take a look at what we got here. First off here is the Society box set. And I know this is kind of a tough box set to find now. There's a really nice set here. I think this is like a 2-3 disc set. Comes with like a booklet and everything. I checked this one out when I first picked it up. Can't really remember too much of it right now, but I remember that it was a really weird movie, but really well done. The special effects were awesome in this movie. This is kind of like a fun, sort of 80s horror comedy type thing. I'd say it's more of like a dark comedy, not really like Night of the Comet, where it's more like of a fun film. This movie is very dark in its tone, but it's still a fun movie overall. Very gross out film too. Awesome special effects in this. Just all around, this is a pretty fun and interesting horror film. Definitely recommend that one. Alright, and then last for the box sets is the Bloodbath box set. It's a cool set here. This actually comes with, I think, like 3 different versions of this movie, and the production history behind this movie is very confusing. It started off as like a Roger Corman production. It was like a foreign picture he was working on in another country, and somehow he released that version of it, but then he had it re-edited a couple times by Jack Hill and again by another director who added like vampire and horror scenes to it. So there's like 3 or 4 different versions of this movie, and one of them is like a TV version and stuff. Just really confusing production history on this movie. But actually, though, I watched one of the versions of this movie, the Bloodbath version of the movie, which is probably the definitive version of this movie to watch. And actually, I didn't notice any of the production mess in the movie at all. It came off as just another Roger Corman production. I had a lot of fun watching this. Jack Hill had a little bit to do with this movie, and I think Francis Ford Coppola had something to do with this movie too at one point. And anything that Roger Corman has to do with is always awesome, in my opinion, too. So I thought this was pretty good, and I would actually recommend this one. It sort of reminded me of Dementia 13 a little bit, and it also reminded me of A Bucket of Blood a little bit, both Roger Corman productions. So this is good stuff here. Definitely recommend this one to any of you guys who are Roger Corman fans. Alright, so finally, let's get to my favorite part of my Arrow collection, which is my Steelbooks. Alright, gonna start off here at the top of the pile with The Beyond, Lucio Fulci classic here. One of my favorite movies from him. Like I mentioned in my last video, this is probably my second favorite movie from him after Zombie. And I would love to get the Arrow Video Steelbook for Zombie, but that thing is really hard to find right now. Maybe one of these days I'll get it. But this is a really, really nice set, and I think, actually, this might have been the second Arrow Video Steelbook I've picked up. The first one was for Dario Argento's Phenomenon, which I will get to soon. But this is a really great movie. Awesome Italian zombie film here. Great gore. Just can't go wrong with this. Highly, highly recommend this. But I'm sure most of you guys have seen that one. So I got a few Argento films here, and these are probably my 2 favorite Steelbooks in the collection are the 2 Argento ones. I got Tenebrae, which I'll show now, and Phenomenon, which I'm about to show after this. Great looking Steelbook here. Love the artwork. It's one of my favorite posters for an Argento movie, so I love when they use this poster as the cover. I also have the Synapse 3-disc Steelbook. which I actually think I like that Steelbook better. That actually might be my favorite Steelbook. My entire collection as of now is the Synapse 3-disc Steelbook of Tenebrae. I actually have the Phenomenon 3-disc Steelbook pre-ordered. Getting that in the mail next month. Can't wait to get that. When I get that in the mail, I'll probably do an unboxing video with that, and I'm also going to do a video where I show you guys all my Synapse releases too when I get that one in the mail. So it'll be sort of like a follow-up to this video. Great looking release here. One of my favorite things in my entire collection. Right, next up, like I mentioned, Dario Argento's Phenomena. Really great looking steelbook here. Actually, I like how the new one that Synapse is putting out has the original movie poster as the cover. This is some alternative promotional artwork thing that I've seen as posters, I think, for Creepers before. And this is a great choice for cover artwork, too. Really cool stuff here. This is one of my favorite Argento movies, along with Tenebrae. Alright, next up here, Phantom of the Paradise. Cool stuff here. Actually, still haven't gotten around to rewatching this. This is a movie that I seen years ago when I was still in high school, but I haven't seen it in a really long time. I actually just also picked up the Scream Factory edition of this, so I will be checking this one out really soon. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. Really awesome cover artwork on this. Alright, I got two more left to show you guys. First off here, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Probably one of the easier Arrow Video steelbooks to pick up, but still a really nice steelbook. Definitely worth picking up if you guys want to add to your steelbook or Arrow collection. This is a good one. This is Region B, though. A lot of these steelbooks are Region B, so they don't work on a US player. But either way, just great looking steelbooks. Alright, and then last for this video, and last for the steelbooks, is Mario Bava's Blood and Black Lace. And if you guys saw my part 1 video, I also have the 3-disc regular edition of this. Actually, the steelbook is just a 1-disc release, but it's an awesome steelbook. And there was a US release for this steelbook, but actually, I ended up picking up the UK one. But this is Region A and B, so this one will play on a US player. And it was actually cheaper than picking up the US one, so I saved myself a little bit of money grabbing this one. There's a really awesome steelbook here. Alright, guys, but that was it for this video. Like always, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, definitely give this video a big thumbs up or leave a comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, just a little bonus I wanted to tack in at the end here. Actually, I just wanted to give you guys a view of my Arrow collection on the shelf. And sorry for the poor quality of this. I'm actually using just a shitty cell phone camera, and also the lighting is kind of horrible in the corner of my room right here. But just so you guys can get an idea of what they look like on my shelf, I got my Arrow stuff on the top row right now. And there is my whole collection, which you guys just seen me show. And then on the second row, I have my Arrow Video steelbooks mixed in with some of my other steelbooks. Alright guys, well once again, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.